Recreational marijuana is legal in 24 states right now. You'll find it in gummies, flavored vapes, oils. You can also just get a big whiff off of it, on most city streets. No, thank you, I'm not a pot girl. But make no mistake, today's weed is not your grandma's weed. Some cannabis products have up to 90% THC, and that can seriously interfere with mental health, unbeknownst to the user, too. In rare cases, it can even bring users to the point of psychotic breakdown, a lot like being roofied, for example. And that's what a team of experts testified to in the manslaughter trial of Bryn Spacher. Dr. Daniel Buffington was a defense witness. He's a clinical pharmacologist and president of Clinical Pharmacology Services and associate professor at the University of South Florida Colleges of Pharmacy and Medicine. That was a lot on a Friday night. He joins me now live. Dan, good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Sarah.
So listen, I'm just going to be real with you. When I talk about this case to friends, to lawyers, and I go, cannabis psychosis, they go, oh, come on. That's just BS. Your reaction?
Right. Well, I think that we all have years worth of understanding of what we think societally marijuana is. And actually, if you go back 20, 30, 40 years, it was a very different product in terms of intensity and the amount of THC, the active ingredient that was actually in what an individual would smoke. So the experience is far different today than it was years ago. And there's a wide variety, as you mentioned, of ways to take it.
Well, but I want to get to that. The ingestion of marijuana, you can smoke it with a bong, you can smoke it in a joint, you can take gummies, you can vape, whatever. Tell us about sort of the, how does the way that Bryn, I'm not even sure exactly what that is, the way that she ingested the marijuana or smoked the marijuana, how did that potentially impact this psychosis that she experienced?
Sure. So one of the things that we understand is there's different products you can purchase, different ways you can get cannabis, which is a variety of plants in the same family, that turn into marijuana, which is what's actually smoked or ingested or eaten. So there's edibles, there's topical products. In smoking and in using a bong where you're just inhaling a large quantity of THC-filled smoke at one time, the lungs are an amazingly rapid form for administering medications, for absorbing them instantly into the bloodstream.
So is that, what is the method called that was it stacking or milking or something?
So she just thought she was inhaling from a bong. So I have one here. So a bong is just a device that is filled with water. A person puts marijuana into the bowl or chamber or bowl, burns it with a lighter or match, and then inhales through the top and brings into this upper chamber smoke. So if you just light or rip and bring that in, then you're just inhaling that one quantity. So think of it in terms of like a medication. You took a dose. The first administration that was given to her appeared clear and just a little smoke in that top chamber. After that dose, Chad had asked her for what she can recall from that night. Do you feel it? Are you high? And at that juncture, he said, well, let me give you something. This is going to be different. This will be more intense. When he turned around with the second time with that bong to give it to her, she described that as solid or white or opaque. That's indicative of something that's called milking or stacking. So someone who knows how to prepare that is bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe multiple doses into the chamber, that when the person inhales that smoke, they're not getting one dose, they're getting many doses. So if you think of it like medications, many at one time.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.